what's your problem?
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, I came to support my friend Wontumi. Me, my matter there is useless. That's nothing in it.
It's true.
Now, I know the special prosecutor is stalling this Abdul-Hamid MPA investigation. He's stalling these investigations because of.
But I want to make it. You mean say, you mean first time mo. So I will for them to be a presidential pardon that you get to power. But I have you be a crank. Obia so yeah, free chairman wants to Obia chairman want to me and Obia again. Miss Kwame, be your binny bow. Kwame, me were you, me were ma, me were bushia. Me were so. I didn't when he said all the focus was on Chairman Wood. Obia for crime is the count. Obia and you. Meanwhile, it was all about social media. My phone said the handful food every Chairman Wood to you. But Obia would say, now why in the Chairman Wood?
The New Patriotic Party believe that this has created an atmosphere of fear among judges and undermined judicial independence. For instance, how can a judge, in the face of the law and the constitutional principle of presumption of innocence, set bail conditions for one accused person to the tune of 800 million Ghana cedis? To the tune of 800 million Ghana cedis, which is even more double the amount the state spent in the construction of Jubilee House.
Gifty Oware, Esuana miso, Amaniana miho. That is a baby aduro. Ajina menkwa.
My brother, my sister, Gifty Oware was hot. So you know what she did? And this is exclusive. She ran all the way to the Attorney General, knelt on the ground and begged the Attorney General and said, you know what? I am wrong. I am sorry for whatever I did. I don't want to go to jail. Me and my husband.
Yeah, bad. Yoko na where be be every district. Yoko.
One district, one Yoko.
Yeah, one district, one Yoko. Why you could be office by office, department by department, because
bail conditions is be boom boom.
And this a crisis. Yabona send you no akofuna basta.
Sir John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency Grafi said, Sir Ghana anti-man solve the issue regarding Operation Recover All Luther. Ghana for and here, not subsequently from 2028 equal. Yebetima ye coup, our man Ghana ha, John Dramani Mahama. And come on, what do you yaw dem level? Former Auditor General and currently Yoko for board chairman. Now, I don't know ne OSP as was shepa. E just she ne je tuntum ne je kokko. Pressure na Ghana for the OSP. Allah wallahi. Ade ne bro OSP so. And they say me can say 100 million in assets. OSP say was seize at the free National Petroleum Authority. Corruption case na Mustafa Amid honor ayaya. Yes, 100 million season is na say where the market na say share. Why they who say na we are no. Papa e friend Chama Wontumi Ashanti regional chairman. Edema NPP. Papa no go pay mu a court of contempt. Obi anka tell say wara weba. Because the last time Papa ni had say oye katasomu mu aso wan contempt no. Or to one judge they say bench warrant, ye mamete no. One of any lawyer and the appear could be. Or me a fast hurry up. Ejem the content temper go do no museum. Papa ya buy a patrol. Now ya ante time ni no say. Next time se musa di sense hunena. Mo abatu mo fia. Edi chama untumi contemper. All the the former National Petroleum Authority boss Abdul-Hamid. Wa baby o me say hey. We say hey, yana kai. Ana me say hey, papa na azu ase hwe. Me be support me nua chama Wontumi na say hey. Na say wa mu case. Ana so case ni na chama Wontumi so what so debi. Me case in dey useless. And some papa bi anim OSP Office of the Special Prosecutor oni some papa bi aka. Nemom chama Wontumi de ne de. Me de minsusum me moja ne me de minim ni na. Asenkremoni ya laji mu a. Me ba betai na chi. Na sasa ma okaye. Se no krasa ma okaye nti wa dane watamfo ana. Asema okaye ma Attorney General ayi Office of the Special Prosecutor sir. Oh, okay. Tesa wo ti wono. Wo Mustafa Hamidun fa boga nya swan. Wo asem eguso ye kan wie no. Wo ka che Ghana for say wasem useless. But not Mustafa Hamid wakasa wie da.
What's your problem?
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, I came to support my friend Wontumi. Me, my matter there is useless. That's nothing in it.
It's true.
Na another Office of the Special Prosecutor Kisia Jabe in the boys. And the entrepreneur no take you onto the social media. And I'm say say social media for the who. Omu ne twa e record you. Omu na ga kire omu say wo case na only Office of the Special Prosecutor. Enya no useless. Wo na say obi e say Office of the Special Prosecutor. Ni di nyenda dada. Among for just say OSP must go. OSP must resign. Office of the Special Prosecutor must be scrapped. A lawyer for Kasa, Ghana for Kasa. Who be we name fee? Okay. Ye man we name fee. Nti one on to say okay. Says I na following a video in which the former chief executive of the National Petroleum Authority, the NPA, Dr. Mustafa Abdul-Hamid, dismisses ongoing criminal case as useless. It is important to restate the facts behind this prosecution and why the state consider the case both serious and substantial. And to almost say, say, hey, ya say Mustafa Hamid did not say, oh, no, the case in the pa, Attorney General in Yana, oh, yes, the enemy. And wow, we are MPP ni, wow, in the Chinese, no, forget it, trouble, what that, easy. Now, Sasa no Ghana, and some yen and go as them. Just a people say, I'm trouble in people who. And almost oh, sir, oh, okay. Says I know got your pair of investigation. Jomo, HSF upon over. Assembly is very serious. And some woman no, is a phone woman, a very necessary. I idea Ghana consider say Papa a friend Mustafa Hamid or Pumpu. And so answer questions. And do you know what say Dr. Abdul-Hamid, the first accused, is standing trial before the Criminal High Court in Accra on several counts of serious corruptions and financial crimes. These include conspiracy to commit extortion by a public officer. Not just a papa no, we do only a man for carbon. Just a young chendi. Aha, we know. I said the Sundays, friend Sunday special. Near Koto Chatan, one chendi. Sikane ba ya yeni na yedi intino. Obi anye ne she no obi ankoni fie. Sana Mustafa Hamid no person oye. As a public officer now jointly with two MPA officials accused of plotting to extort 291 million Ghana cedis. Jesus Christ. No, you say, Mami says, 291 million Ghana cedis, 574,087.90. Me say, Akronfona Muak Abamuno. Omunza Roberts, Omuya, Omuya, you question I can in account. Anna, yes, I want 332,407.47 US dollars. Me say, I'm also go do on the sentinel. What's up, from both oil transporters and oil marketing companies between December 2022 and December 2024. Most of the MPP calling started from 2020, 2021, 2022 from national service. Everybody knows how they started. Meaning say Abraham who say baby Eldri dia anhwa yen sentiment retain power bi no otolo Ghana se Ghana nyafu ogade chopam wa enu de omudo mu se bomu diye asa de ye fe ne say efe yara no omudo mu se mabom omadi na omudo no to say 2 counts of extortion by a public officer and unlawful receipt of 24 million Ghana cedis 240 billion no 24 billion and 230,000 Ghana cedis. And Ghana cedis got 2.3 billion from all transporters and haulage companies under the guise of official duty. Not just a papa no, chronobopa no akwakobono. Sika okoji ye abra na any kwanse oje as a public officer. Na sika oji ye 24 million Ghana cedis ana 230,000 Ghana cedis from omo transport oils companies, you know. Oh, ni na say wadan ni hu adi say ono ay obi osefata say sika na oje okan ye no so enya otilo otize krono obi egbobi entity fuman o meda ka so mo fama no ana o meda ni sika yi edi ma papa e friend Abdul-Hamid e manage ye o mu tirem sa video na esi ya papa ni say ono de onimu hwe na asem na asi ni na no OSP no a useless case ana mo da to mo say o me tirem o ma Ghana fo hu ne kura bi ewom ana mo say another count esa che say ne boni abai na bi a money laundering found to be in possession of 15,343,241.29 Ghana cedis. And also was a coins as I can over 15 million Ghana cedis say on 15 billion Ghana cedis, an amount disproportionate to his non-legitimate income and suspected to be proceeds of crime. Not just a year in the bank accounts muhere se cash papa na sha se ba no say 15 million we dey papa ntimi ntirem wait ma ntirem omu busa na papa e friend Abdul-Hamid National Petroleum Authority want ma ntirem ono we say in total Dr. Abdul-Hamid is alleged to have played a leading role in the grand extortion and laundering scheme that caused the state and petroleum sector losses exceeding 291 million and over 330,000 Ghana cedis. The office of the special prosecutor has already seized and frozen assets valued than the 100 million Ghana cedis and over 100,000 US dollars, with additional assets under active tracing. These actions are based on strong documentary banking and transaction evidence linking the proceeding to the alleged offenses. Eti OSP chaza papa no yake kanika wa zika wa wie nyina over 291 million Ghana cedis plus 330,000 US dollars. Papa no yasa sizi sika ye worth 100 million Ghana cedis ana 100,000 US dollars. Ana yeguzo yese tresi na dapade bia papa ne vise ne nsaka enya ne dia sa sika we de hwe money laundering nyina ne ye hwe sa jaja ka ho na omiye no mto say this case represent a major step in protecting public funds, ensuring accountability in the petroleum sector, and affirming that no public official is above the law. The seriousness of the charge and the scale of the alleged losses made this prosecution a critical test of Ghana's commitment to fighting corruption. The next court date is Thursday, 13th of November 2025. Into OSP just say, Papa na on video no mu ka se ono assembly is useless. And for Sonya said the animal. Omo manati asese de asie de omaka Ghana fo na due. Montia say who say office of the special prosecutor must say OSP must go. Papa no say oye adwuma obo adwuma. Na sa Abdul-Hamid ne de. Ne kura ni na so be wie wo samam. Enti the next court date omani papa no e court was useless no. The 13th of November 2025 and then 5th November. The minister anya kura no you 8 days ahead of us. Now court at now papa and friend Abdul-Hamid on the office of the special prosecutor, the Attorney General and the Minister of Justice Dominic Akutinga Ayini. Papa no wo jinam edema Ghana. Now we defend the Agbo Captain Amban. I defend the Ghana din say be ya Operation Recover Old. Yensa bet makensi kenina. Enti Ghana foi. Say monte say papa and friend Abdul-Hamid say asem useless. Nyansa bia nim no kura bia nim a muntwambo mo lase. Na pa be binda na wey ana Kevin Taylor say akwa we de na no ye de hene papa ade ogodi afase bia ye nya na se kontombre bia ade a cheso a chese ye ginya ana wano ekeka osano o se mon kanje OSP ni say Mustafa Hamid no oye sure. So on an inquest strike deal bia. Monko ye friend is a can na kululu bia. Any papa is guy, then a man papa vim. Sir, in the public space, papa no. Mustafa Hamid ben I say, oh, hey, me case na OSP, the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Ne boss Kizeda Beno Minimanian, hey, useless. I say, it will only take someone who knows, say, DSC, I had there obeying family. Now, what you might speaking so rubbish. At that obia, Obuna and Jasabo, and as Obuna attempting here, and as Obuna for, say, wo. And no, I said, by some do court. Court to carry and they say, what the for? What the bim? No moment, papa, and fan or I'm for get, I'm fine, yes, why? What can the play, yet playing fat? Say, assembly useless. Hey, papa, your friend is Yaja, be a with the OSP, Office of the Special Prosecutor, no, the kind of credit Ghana for. Only Mustafa Hamid, Mokma Kululu.
Now, I know the special prosecutor is stalling this Mustafa Hamid MPA investigations. He's stalling these investigations because of the information I have picked up. Mameka Bibincho. When a special prosecutor started this investigation, a young man was picked up. And that young man who was picked up, he was interrogated. And then when the young man was interrogated, they got to the point who say, before election 2024, Mustafa Hamid, every OMCB and Omoni MPA Jumano, every month they were paying 3 million Ghana cedis to Mustafa Hamid. And that money was towards Mahmoud Bawumia's campaign. The gentleman who was taking the money, he was arrested by the special prosecutor. The special prosecutor brought him into the office. They interrogated him, and the person confessed of taking 3 million Ghana cedis from all the OMCs every month, and that money was directed to Mahmoud Bawumia's campaign. Now, there were some few questions to ask the special prosecutor. Now, the reason why I'm putting this on record is because BBC. Now, question number one that I have for the special prosecutor is simple. Has the OSP invited and interrogated certain persons, and was the admissions to the effect that monies were taken from the state to support Mahmoud Bawumia's campaign? Is a question. Number two, has Mustafa Hamid, has he been invited by the office, and did he confirm the allegation? What is saying Mustafa Hamid Babontine Bekache Ghana for say he has not been invited by the special prosecutor. And the press conference, a journalist was asking special prosecutor, say, Mustafa Hamid says you have not invited him. The special prosecutor looked shocked. Now the question I'm asking the special prosecutor is, Mustafa Hamid, has he been invited to your office? And has he confirmed that allegation? Because the young man you arrested, the things he said, did Mustafa Hamid admit to them? That's the second question. Remember, that interrogation of the young man was done on camera. I'm asking, do you still have the footage? That investigation, you have audios. I'm asking, do you still have audios? Because these are two vital, important things that support your claim if you're going to make a criminal case against any suspect. And I am very well informed that when you interrogated that young man, you interrogated him with the camera scene. The question I'm asking, do you still have those files? Or those files have disappeared? Now, question number 3. There are 14 questions. Did Mustafa seek and meet with a special prosecutor? Did Mustafa Hamid, special prosecutor, did he ever meet you outside the OSP's office? Did he seek to meet you? Was there any exchange of pleasantries? I'm asking a question. Have you taken money from Mustafa Hamid? The first money that came in, that is almost 5 million cedis, just to meet him. Has anything like that happened? These are questions I'm asking. Did he pay any money to you? And has Mustafa Hamid paid 60 million Ghana cedis out of 20 million Ghana cedis to you? It's just a question. That's what I'm saying, that if Mustafa Hamid met you, did he meet you at a special prosecutor's office or your office next? That is next to Nyaho Clinic. I'm just asking. These are all questions. Question number 4. Did money exchange hands before he met with the special prosecutor? Or did money exchange hands before you met Mustafa Hamid? Consultation of 4 million to 5 million cedis. Did it happen? And after you met Mustafa Hamid, did any 16 million, was 20 million discussed and 60 million paid? It's a question. I'm not accusing you. I'm just asking you simple questions. Question number 5. After the meeting, was there an agreement to pay money, and how much has been paid? After meeting Mustafa Hamid, because I'm asking, have you met him? And when you met him, what was the agreement? Was any money, any payment agreed upon? I'm just asking. I'm not accusing you. I'm asking you. Question number 6. If money had been paid after the meeting, when would the balance be paid? It's another question. I'm not accusing you. I'm asking you, if you have met Mustafa Hamid, if you have met him out of your office, if he has paid any money to you, and if he has paid some of the money to you, when is the rest going to be paid? These are questions I'm asking you. Question number 7. What is happening to the docket now? That docket, tonight, Siaba Special Prosecutor's Officer, is that docket sitting there, or that docket has been taken away? Have you taken the docket, or the docket is there? Because after that young man was interrogated and filmed, recorded, I want to ask, that docket, did you take it, or the docket is still in your office? Because the president should be asking you about the docket. And I'm advising the president to call you to present that docket. He needs to see it. Because you are appointed by the president. And I'm respectfully telling the president, Mr. President, please call the special prosecutor and ask him to bring that docket. The docket, that boy who was interrogated, the camera seen so recorded. That docket, if the docket is at the special prosecutor's office, he should bring it. If it is not there, where is the docket? Now, let me move forward. This is question number 8. These are all questions. I'm not accusing of anything, but we need answers. It's very, very important. Who is Koduah Edu, the Chief of Staff and Acting Director of Operations at the Office of the Special Prosecutor? There's one gentleman at the Office of the Special Prosecutor. In fact, he's in charge of what you call a acting directorate position, our operations. He heads your office, your so-called office next to Nyaho Clinic and the Special Prosecutor's Office. In fact, he is in charge. He's the director of operations. Is he on government payroll? The next time I come, I'll come and show that gentleman's face. I'm asking, that man called Koduah Edu, is he on government payroll? What role is he playing in your office? Both in your office at NES and also at the Special Prosecutor's Office. I want to know what is his role, because he's playing serious roles. In fact, he is giving instructions to investigators. He is actually making sure investigators do their job. We want to know who appointed him. Payroll Ben or Dasso. Is he being paid by the Accountant General? Who is this man called Koduah Edu? We want to know who this person is. Now, we are asking, is he a staff? Is he on payroll? And that is question number 9. His name is Koduah Edu. Question number 10. What is his role in the office, or does he come to the office? Now, question number 3. Does the OSP have an office annexed at Ridge? And is it where Koduah Edu operates? We want to ask. Do you have another office annexed at Ridge? And that place, what work is Koduah Edu doing there? Because we know your official office, but now we know you have an annex office. And that office, we want to know, the cabinet do. We just want to ask, do you have an office there that that guy operates? Question number 12. What actually happens in that office? What happens there? Why do you have private meetings there? Why can't you have meetings at the OSP's office? Why can't you have meetings there? Because I can tell you, for some time now, you have not been to the OSP office. You have not been there. You don't even show up. You have created your own office where you work from. So we are asking, what actually happens there? Do you call suspects to come there, to meet you there? Is that right? Is it sanctioned by the government? Is it your own personal property? Okay. Now, question number 13 and 14. How many security details have been assigned to the special prosecutor? We want to know. From my checks, you have 4 military men who sit in your car with you. Your car is bulletproof. And then you have 2 military men stationed at the OSP office, including a police officer. We want you to tell us, how many security details do you have? Now, we want to ask, and what about the security at your residence at Ridge, around Nyaho and Oldboga in Accra? You have 2 offices, Nyaho Akuoko and Oldboga. We want to know security details send a because the able to me chia hoka the OSP office. So office na kano why na chia hoka. Security no more why na chia mo. We want to know what's going on in those offices. You see, Mameka Bibincho, during the transition, special prosecutor called for every docket at the OSP's office. The special prosecutor, during transition, Oje dockets, he did not keep them at the office. He took the dockets away. Every single investigator, Okuta docket, the OSP took it. Till date, the OSP has not returned the dockets. Remember, there were some investigations that were started before this government, the MPP went out of office. The OSP came to office and took every docket. As we speak today, no investigator at the OSP's office has 1 docket. And the funny thing is, none of the docket in the Bakumponi were a work in the office. Now, government dockets, he has taken it to his private office and having private meetings out of the OSP's office. He does not come to the office.
Now, after say yes, baby, I don't know. National Petroleum Authority, boss, a former boss says, Mustafa Hamid, or ye ne hu ya ba semu OSP. I can't charge ya watadi or say, what's he as a useless? Ye knew where this said, yes, sir, and a fata now, honor me, cast ye. Akonta Mining so I must say, now, Obedian is a OSP was high view, Attorney General high view. After say your tea, sir, Mammy, a friend made the donko, our Duba in case. My minister said they be Obekano correct. Say, oh, you know who free movie. Now, you better say, Chama Wontumi, ni personal aid, Andy. Akwe plea bargain, I go can Kodi, and come out Kodi and Chama Wontumi, or you know, be ye. Akonta Mining, and none ever do that say on also. Or say, hey, Pacho, say, we are doing this, me dreaming committee home. And the Attorney General, my can crabby won't be a myself from what they tell me. Attorney say you, Mate, me that say. More we ain't getting go on getting. More kind of crazy, I might go on getting you do Christmas. Emma, December soon, baby. And today is the time out to me Christmas, I go or any day in anybody. And the over kind of gross, I'm a kind of crane. Now, when I'm out was one now we manager, Edema Kunta Manis. Assem by assem to ya. Loyalty and yet you my went to man kind of crane. And defend you boss went to man, go to boss a hair, say, go cast me a drum bully. Many don't bully you. Or say, Ubedia desire. I better change my own to me at me. Sana Munim, and I say, eh, Sanya was a hair. Once a Munim. Or see a change my own to me, MVP, need a mount me, MVP. But 2 days, didn't say, hey, release wine about a mount me, Guardia, money. A new time, I near Akonta Mining and I didn't come. And you always have bread or bread, any man you who yet. na time Wontumi anhye de amfi ni saa na ono na fa ni miss and waste ana do so ba be si na dia na de na say okodi ne kura ma time Wontumi
eti obi akura hu se asem no kura ba ni se na me time Wontumi eto se bio sebe eda ye call type amanfo hu se handcuff ebo me ne time Wontumi nsa party mpanimfo bebiri kura musa ahwehwe me hu se me di agora me na party for kura ko ye you know me anu abegina call free chairman Wontumi social media kwa me what is free e koda
bi amunimu
kwa me no ni asem no eno nti na make sa asem ba ne yenimu wa no wa hwe wanam yi because yenimu sabi asem na ba me hu se obi anim me nti eni se me de me hototo sabi miura nti to cut a long story short no ye boy ye kwa adu ya afi ya me nya bill Ewoma na menim penfo kasa na penfo se ekuro kwa asem na aba no the best bet for you is say we be accepted to be a prosecution witness because something na wo should gina investigation
edi metewasia edu ba bi no anhwe yi a ani wo chama Wontumi so anhwe yi a wo ando de ubetimi akodam eti eso pruti
kwa na kwa akodam ko bi akora hu am tell you fa me but chama Wontumi de ye me hu ni say nyame mfa sa mba wo so wa hwe akodam ko ahwe obenya presidential pardon da chi bi to power but wa ha me obi akora nkai me obi aso ya free chama Wontumi obi e chama Wontumi ya no obi agiri no ho me so kwa me bi obi ni ba wo fa me wa yiri o me wo ma me wo busia e ba se ni me busia ha de bia me ba me frem ba frem me so my lucky ma me ni papa nyina atia so o manyine ba o batia enti de tia na se me dwe ho mi so okay se me what the option say aban say what you can you nim aban ka se me nkotwa nkontompo nti chema Wontumi so let people take note na me ka kwa no video se me ntwa nkontompo so nti chema Wontumi so da na mom no kura me nim de meka me nya me fa me ma hoto
na mama mi sa ade bi wo ha wa mu no ebra ye gya wo no mo kan se ye be gya wo na mom be prosecution witness na ka de wunim
there be the tia no say me ne attorney general share no wono attorney general kwa di ka ka kire me say pese me imagine say me be transfer to Chema Wontumi so just to make me look clean na ono ne ho nkire no me mom so pese o ka kire me say wo mo so adanse be biri aba me nti me hwese ne me nkan kuntumpo se me kan kuntumpo a me ho be kire me e na wonu se kwa me witness no court mrem te royal witness na uko countro wa bra adanse wo sa so wo kan wo boa yitimi ye hostile witness
yes
obey your hostile witness nti na
wa mo timi the page we cry ball line and the oath
hostile witness you cry what accused person because just say oh no why won so be jara do be jara tikumu enti atoni ge no account I said me makoma to me was no me transfer ento Chema Wontumi so no that's not what we want but here pe no kure and I'm saying mate enti
na me ba jo me ba se no kura bi wo ho a ebetimi ni Chema Wontumi so akoto afiase a eno so te sen
bi na make say no kura na me nim no e ye court ne be decide say sa no kura no e de Chema Wontumi be kwa afiase a na mfa no kwa afiase enti no me nko ho it amounts to go into the substance of the case
because the gentleman be say
whatever no kura me won ka na me dey me say my present me do court am de be to ho e ye court mom
wa yese a friend say akoko ansu abo no a o sha pata biase obi ani ho ni wura ma metina beten de na ye nkwan nti on twan ma yemfa ne ma yankwan bra December enduri nti wono waka no kura waka mu pa mu nyina tangosi ade beten ofa ho the general secretary of the NPP Justin Koduah say or say how can a bail condition be double the amount the state spent on contracting Jubilee House we all because papa ne fi say papa e fe no or say as e be entry adan 800 million Ghana cedis and o say bay adan 800 no go fa free he 800 million wa eburu bone kra na ade say adan we ayade eburu jika di si Jubilee House na manfo say na papa no so yes say one ni deputy Gift Ose Oware omunko Gift Oware mensa omunko omadi 2.2 billion nanka 2.2 billion no ye man bail amount say na so okodwane wi a ne so o dey bi na se ye wie no ya je na passport ontimi ntu kwan enti sa ne mani na wo hode a eni kwan sen ka ye ha ye ho edi sika kese sa ato no so na de ekoi de government no asheda na pese omu isu judiciary no etata omu MPP for emo bere kwa na we enya de a we speaking well about democracy enti asema asi de ono the general secretary ma MPP Justin Frimpong go say we brutal.
You recall that the New Patriotic Party had to cause a complaint against government-sponsored harassment and persecution of our members. The party held demonstration and numerous press conferences on the matter, reminding President John Mahama and his government that we are a nation of rule of law, and asked the NDC government to put a stop on their continuous weaponization of the state security and the judiciary against political opponents. Unfortunately, all our calls have fallen on deaf ears, but as a party, we shall not back down on our resolve to fight this injustice. It is increasingly concerning that the state security agencies continue to flout with impunity the Constitution of Ghana, particularly Article 14, on the grant of bail to persons arrested or detained. Our Constitution requires that persons who are arrested or detained be brought to the court within 48 hours or be released either unconditionally or on reasonable conditions as may be necessary to ensure that they appear at a later date for their trial. Thus, an accused person who is not tried within reasonable time is entitled to bail, irrespective of the nature of the alleged offense. However, friends from the media, you will agree with me that in recent times, certain developments certainly suggest the worrying trend where members of the New Patriotic Party are detained beyond the lawful limit, subjected to unreasonable bail conditions, and effectively denied justice. This practice contravenes Section 96 of the Criminal and Other Offences Procedure Act at 1960, and the Supreme Court precedents, including one in Oko versus Republic and Matipebo versus Attorney General number 2, which affirmed that bail should not be punitive or withheld merely as a punishment, and that bail condition must not be unreasonable or onerous so as to amount to a constructive refusal to grant it. This is anchored on the constitutional principle enshrined in Article 19(2)(c) that a person accused of committing an offense shall be presumed innocent until proven guilty. However, under President John Mahama's administration, a person is rather presumed guilty until the person proves his innocence. This is a shame to our democracy. That the presumption of innocence has now turned into whereby a person is presumed guilty for him or her to prove his or her innocence. We have seen how this government has conducted itself in the Rambo-style arrest and detention of members of the New Patriotic Party. Reference to Chairman Wontumi, Adubuaye, Abdul-Hamid, Gifty Oware, Osesibe, and a host of others. Even more troubling is the perception that the judiciary has been compromised, particularly following the unlawful removal of our Chief Justice, Her Ladyship Justice Araba Tokonu. The New Patriotic Party believe that this has created an atmosphere of fear among judges and undermined judicial independence. For instance, how can a judge, in the face of the law and the constitutional principle of presumption of innocence, set bail conditions for one accused person to the tune of 800 million Ghana cedis? To the tune of 800 million Ghana cedis, which is even more double the amount the state spent in the construction of Jubilee House. Double the construction of Jubilee House, 800 million Ghana cedis. This is indeed very ridiculous. Doesn't this effectively amount to denial of bail, which the law speaks against? Judges generally, under His Excellency John Mahama administration, fear to dispense justice according to the law because they fear that they may also suffer the same fate as Justice Tokonu. Judges are now telling us that we are not equal before the law and are even quoting dictators like Idi Amin of Uganda to justify the unlawful detentions of citizens in our democracy.
Now, Sunday, Edward Akuoko Oware, manager Dema Akonta Mining. Papa so original 2022. Now, I say and obey witness Adi and Komobia say Atonjin as or Tifa Chama Wontumi na Akonta Mining Obeka. No crabby that will be Becano.
Yeah, Maminka said, Eddie Kind. Every say many chairman Wontumi aye Jumache. I'm sure America say a brew to you for the 1 year get Tamuta. Copem say a bra unya mining list for Akonta Mining. No, yes, a main company in the manner. And the manage company. You will help me. You might be after around 2022. And we was a nearly good year, many years in the big magistrate tomorrow. Into me, and a Jamadia, Matilda Baby, the Sarah Media Park a cracker. And the air about somebody, Bear Bushman, and the other one at the photo of friend. I don't say, woman, yammy, Sabi, the or young full of my general. I was like, now maybe I made some number of them or it's the idea. I don't know. But yeah, Brana, if a Juma now, it's a quiet. You do know, as some guy me and said, near because so time and I'm here, you may know on person. It's in the take here, the card you mean. But the queer woman said, when was that in criminal trial, one person of the category. It's man going to detail as to giving him a cab quick and any. Almost what the number so many because you got man yet. It's Jenny, it will be about so many of them. If I say, obey us, and we are not Mr. Minat and Biaka. Oh, I have friends, it was a Mr. Minat and Biaka. To cut a long story short, the other one on friends after me, and the priority about me charge. Get the make of what. If you had the many chairman, I won't do now for what. You call court, court, MIA bill. Me and my bill in the sum of 10 million cities. Don't know court, so the total bill sum was 40 million Ghana cedis.
Okay.
They know better than 50 million Ghana cedis. And me, if you are only as a minute,
yeah.
If the chairman wants to me now, the legal team said Japadiani to be justified. And now, almost almost protected. If you are only possessing them, I say, time for. The new person here was here, dear Coco to sell. You bill a yaba, near Billian. Many are cocoa to Canada. The dear Cotu because he processing bill. The demo, a Canada, Mukiada, Yawada. If you are there, I don't be many chairman with me. And you call a year, a concept, a more process, or document no more. Many are acquired no more processing the dear year, the name of Bush of Park at a book. A friend, my friend, but yeah. Okay, we are not a 5 above. No, I'm penny for we are no who we are at home with your catcher. After the bishop almost to me with your catcher. Ah, now what is happening? No, Anna, lawyer Hinijan, our candidate, of friend, sorry, pa, but documents now, I say, but could be a while, almost say, in Nimu, but Joma, year free, Jama, bill condition, property 50 million, a short by 700,000. Almost say, Nipa Bakuna, the cookie, just a war ship. Well, again, it's a minimum idea. Who do some, you could say, I want to video here that Friday. Let me start to say, Monday. Monday, and I'm from my friend. Now, I want to say Monday, your best friend, First news, I don't know, say, out of the shock, say, I started the Mapusi, no massive bar. When you saw Mamma, I know when you got and home fan over when you saw. In fact, that was the first bitter experience I mean, massive bar up from one way, you're Berman, they said, the old man, it's a jack, the friend, and I'm saying, no crime. And after a look at McCoy, and look at McCoy, I say, the American is a minia. The walk, I didn't when said all the focus was on Chamawood. Yeah, for time is the count. Meanwhile, it was all about social media. My phone said, the hand of food, every time I want to you. But we have to now, why in the catch my wound to me? Party was on your butching, one year, but preacher, I want to me. Preacher, I want to me. Hey, I mean, you'll be out for my master, me come up for. This is a tattoo. I want to be a costume grown a man, my name. But yet, I want to come a choir. Then I can't start grabbing that video. I was a bit taken aback. After me, every age of me. Lawyer Brown or can't tell what grand interviewer. One is a joke when you are now, all the focus was on Jamaunti. We are sure that we see a crack and yet no news of the crowd, not a mena. Your chairman would know him. And to me, want to say, I was that mention McGinnis with you.
And you move just give to a worry. That's why ready. So on space was in the boss or say, as he be entry said, see Canadian man said, and Nick says, I won't have any case. It will be a duno. Ogopa chow, our 20 general and say, now to Pomuno, the kind is a messamo. Mojima to Parituma. My boss, I found no say, as he be entry. No crabia will be a one of us with this Gabiano. Send me any deputy immunity, mechanical credit. Beer won't be at them way. A black rasta. And this information able to say, give to Oware Akuoko boom Koduah, and Koduah good form, and send and say, Wapa Chosa. That is my oh my. You made me cry. I said, sooner than Swan of Besu. Said yes, I called the cow in Munu. And the Swan of Besu was soon be attending us any. Make Quack dinner home. So, me house is a wadi. Nasa me minus be free. Obos with the Munaz still. And make sense, I'm about. And the way soon as my black rasta, so that what get over a swan miss who. I'm a near me who. That is a baby. I didn't inquire.
My brother, my sister, Gifty Oware was hot. So you know what she did? And this is exclusive. She ran all the way to the Attorney General, knelt on the ground and begged the Attorney General and said, you know what? I am wrong. I am sorry for whatever I did. I don't want to go to jail. Me and my husband are going to pay for whatever money we have stolen. 2, after paying the money, I am ready to tell the whole story about my boss, or say Asibe entry. Everything he has stolen. Everything we did together to steal the Ghanaian people's money. That was the plea deal. Do you want to hear it again? She ran to the Attorney General, knelt on the ground, begged the Attorney General, and asked him to have mercy on him, and that she was wrong. She and her husband had stolen, and they were ready to pay back the money.
Now, on the Strategic Mobilization Limited, our money GRA contract here by Kenoforiata and 5 others, and Humbo and then OSP say, Eja Tuntum, Eja Sisia, Eja Coco, Modia Tone, Tony Nano, and Shinny Bolle, fire on the mountain, run. And the identity, Papa say another arrest, also the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Anthony Sapon, and assistant commissioner in charge of finance Celestine Nana Anan, and the technical assistant to the commissioner general Kenneth Ajay almost say omomra no me assist our investigation effort a controversial revenue assurance contract between the Ghana Revenue Authority and a Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited. Says how crony ya muboye mumpenifo miense na moto ana moye ha mani si here enti moso mu okoshan mo ma me ansa aha question we there over answer enti o ma answer ampa na special prosecutor say we no say anya de o memu obia be jinom come because papa e fen kenoforata kwan of so every Ghana all because na ni wofa ene ye papa e fen no nana dan kwa akufado nana show guy nana show boy nana show gaga papa no etese on the board na ba manfo so OSP Kevin Taylor Captain Smart mu ya abuna so OSP no ma ke feta so debi nya na ma overata ko o se na me ye den papa na we finance minister na busuani mapa ana ye president satam no me mitumi ma hondi anything kwan be so na me fa so stop no me say na se na kura nyina se o ba se nanado papa ye fe no nanado dan kwa akufado president of land former president na o ye involve na ano se me nka sa ne mu de me kan say papa no na ono the president the cousin and I say ne wa say na ye Ken Oforiata me ye den ana masizo. According to the OSP, Office of the Special Prosecutor, say, and then the pressure now, with man, no pressure, pressure. Or say, update for the Ghana for apart from the Odiama that are not any say Ghana, any Charles Bisu and others. Charles Bisu, Akonta Mining Managing Director, Professor Frempong, editing reports in the bio, no, no, any. Chama Wontumi ne personal aid Andy ana no mo bom bi kase ana friends say Chama Wontumi na kasa on there offer the trimu di dim we gonna na do defend no ene ogudu baba na aka no any the voice of money be di say dey fata say dey mra no tie no e dey mra no e be ye adumanti attorney general say Charles Bisu case no the criminal high court has adjourned proceeding to 19 November 2025 after hearing arguments on a motion for the testimony of the state's first witness to be heard in camera. And the court had the case now on the 19th of November. After say omote OSP, omon sama omode ba say ombese witness bi a was mrimuno. Camera ya record no camera oba be kasa me ebo emfoni nda tire ajaje fo. Amon say insem na ye ka no. Ne kura ni na enye mi say and the Ghana ba be there. Enti Charles Bisu semne de eguzo e work out to Ghana for monto mo boase bibia be fine emezi eni asemi be de ba Shiraz as say former Ghana Revenue Authority boss Am Shaddai Owusu Amwa said was causing financial loss 8.97 million to the state ni na near vehicle supply contractor amorife no to the companies, to the Attorney General for prosecution. Eti papa no he Ghana Revenue Authority papa no he samjo go bisa question we na monti ase krono ne de omo se wa bobi papa eti ene ono so ne sam no enso da kwa mi say and the OSP kasede he what eja tutu eja se eja kokko eja na se wa we ba OSP say ne kra bi e wo bi obeka na former Kumasi Mayor Sampiani ese MPP ever power pa the way NDC for 800 million Charles Osesibe Chama Wontumi 15 million friend is Mustafa Hamid near man 100 million near man Abdul-Hamid 100 million 15 million Adubuahe near man 100 million 15 million o say the muye se munim na krono musu bobia na ye ba Yoko office in the betting district by district. One district, one Yoko office. One district, one Yoko office. Now, the bail amount I'm never ban. Hey, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Or say the NDC for Muye. Mom is a bail amount I'm going to Uncle Fuzzy. And tell ye. And call ye crack. I said, yeah, much a dab wapayo. Mo person and crack, move for straight to moi. Not as a mudem chenas and I heading. Also was in the panel with for the court of competent jurisdiction or Mofan court. Now court in the national identity and a more human near that said the Mopebian Amoye. And you're fine. Ne wonu sa montwaso mopa monka shining konkodu na ada yeso ye mrebeba ada yeso ye boga beba no obetim samia obetim somia me say Ghana politics you do me I do you man no go vex
president here wa be ya je my president here me ni na kwahwe board ni chen nyina kwahwe board enya wie e kotena ba bia ye nyina ya wie nam kakra
Germany nam so de papa
enti you build the network until on building network no not the B or the bit me abuano but say we could say we be grab there na kwaku ye ba dem ye yoko na hwe be ye bi wo every district yoko
one district one yoko
one district one yoko why you could be office by office department by department because
bail conditions is be boom boom
and just a crisis ya bona say nem no akofuna basta because what the tell be near the can be straight but a worry e be say me your SSB no the bail conditions
800 million
Titi can 8 trillion no. Okay, Professor Mills. Or PPP. We say the old truck crime could paper.
There's a 6 sureties to be justified.
Justified. Mamma, your lawyer for him and Mutias you. Here, your mammy no near and no there. One Mutias you. One Befi say, yes, uncle, because I saw Unya, one might be bailing the pension. One more Cambomoa. And so Munya Padia. A song 800 million Ghana cedis. And you all cities so. Into 800 times 10 is saying. And you grow.
Yeah, that one is a big deal.
Now no pay 8 billion.
Yeah.
Plus times another 10, I call 8 trillion.
That's
let's say Muna me sure say bill conditions should be punitive. Say they betchumaso. After all, you to be jink for passport too. And name so passport systems, you know. Say the I no. There's no way say obetumi can say took with that passport. And now to say obeko passport officer or some new passport the fingerprints and pop up. Enti court no mo movement ko je say you know otwin na wo dwane say ya chimponche no ya no a ahwe be dimfi aduo no ne wo muntimi nyi ntum so ya otwin sa ne ma asem no no
yes office of the special prosecutor and then as well as rough ni na no Abdul-Hamid National Petroleum Authority former boss papa na no kwanika okopem wota ma Wontumi ne friend is Akonta Mining case here wo court ya go buza ne question kaka wonu tum se de chama Wontumi ene waka na no tum onpe ne wasem wo ka hwe onka be wo buza ne question ground kasa wo kan ya na waserem si ye be ma ye mre but Abdul-Hamid na ne fi ne ho wa go se the case ne useless ama attorney friends office of the special prosecutor were drab brutal and the case of Abdul-Hamid Chrono officer wabo over 291 million Ghana cedis, $330,000. Was easy ne properties what amount of 100 million Ghana cedis plus $100,000 amuzu amudi bieti was Ghana for munche ni ye makawi na de atrem tina me se enya me na me pese me Ghana na ye e me pese me bo ma Ghana na ye pa eti se na bia duru no me ka ma Ghana fo hu se enya me mom na ye me fort na mom no na kra na da ho no ni na me betu dwa no ana me say hallelujah amen for God and for country and to John Dramani Mama operation recover all to know the Egeka Koya office of the special prosecutor a jana cha se no a jana se wa over you go come to your senses but still can tell us OSP no oda so ye frekadam and some o ye no ni Abdul-Hamid do ma che ho boni dream bia na say ekosu bia that's oni ho bi as ade no showmanship o ye gaga keke momo hwe ni yo na wakache don the money mama da he says let's papa pamano one pamana obe delay case ama Ghana fu buafu oso na oso mbeso coup d'etat ebesi ma ye firing squad adidia eni tuo edi atu asi usu se omeku yi edize na kura ni se kisi aja aben a OSP boss omwa enya de so obeboa wo de oye ni oni Mustafa Amidi onyakoro no bo se aba ade ni ma ye de eja tuntum eja koko ehyewa wa beba wey eye naked truth old Boga Transedino eye Max Billian for comment no to comment section as we are subscribe like it na share ma unia so enya bi ehwe naked truth on Oldboga Trans Macau bye bye.